be right with you. Nice cup of tea. Right, I'm just putting this on in reply to Jonathan's video concerning an email that he got from a 14-year-old guy who's DJing. He wants to take it up more as a career as time goes on, but he wants to know at which point he can switch and charge more money, if he can charge more money. And he was very concerned about his age, if it's an age thing. And definitely not. You know, nothing to do with age at all. It's to do with knowledge and equipment and the performance that you do. If you're giving somebody what they want, there's no reason why you shouldn't get top dollar for it, the same as the guy up the road who's been doing it for 25 years, as long as you can do the service. If a mechanic is 20 and a mechanic is 60, okay, the guy at 60's got more experience, but if he fixes your car, well, you still expect to pay much the same price for it. Analogies. This whole channel is full of analogies. So, first of all, you've got to make sure that your equipment's up to the job. Jonathan's already mentioned this. You know, you need some decent speakers. You need a reasonable sound system generally. Some nice lights. You don't need loads and loads of lights. You've seen on these videos. I mean, when I first started, it was always about lights. You know, you had to have boxes coming out your ear holes and spotlights, and you don't really need to do that now. You just need some nice quality lights. I mean, like some of the ones we featured previously, the American DJ Revo 3. I love my Revo 3. You know, some of the Chevet lights, you know, the new LED displays. Loads and loads and loads of lights out there to choose from. Take a bit of advice, ask us. You know, we'll all point you in the direction of some good lighting. And good anything else comes out. Good biscuits. This is a good one. Cookie. Maryland cookie. Very nice. Not that I need them, I know. I'll be right there with this. Anyway, where was I? So, not an age thing, performance. You've got to have the knowledge of the music. You've got to have the music available to you. You've got to know the procedure. For a wedding example, you've got to know the basis of how a wedding works when you do the reception. What to expect, you know, the speeches. Know how to talk to the couple that are booking you. Breed a bit of confidence into them that you can deal with it. Now at 14, what I would say, if you're not that experienced in weddings and that, find a DJ. And this has been covered by Brian and by Jonathan on a number of occasions. But I totally agree, and I've done it myself when I was younger. Find a DJ local to you and offer to help out. Now, you haven't got to do it for years. Go out, go and do a few gigs with him. Say, look, you know, I'm trying to learn the business. You know, I've heard you, you know, butter him up a bit. I've heard you're the top one in the area. You know, would you mind if I come along? I'll do a bit of your carrying for you. And, you know, just see what you do. Through that, you don't know, you build, this is a part of networking. And this is what this site's all about. It's the networking aspect of it. And through that, you might get gigs anyway, because he might not be able to do one day. And he'll say, I'll tell you what, can you do one for me? You have to build, just sitting at home hoping that a few friends are going to call you up is not going to get you into the business. You've got to push yourself. The other way is, as other businesses work, is to throw some lost leaders out. And that's a sales terminology. And that means, you know, some of the DJs are not going to like this, but, you know, go into a bar that you know that has a bit of music and say, look, I'm a DJ, I can do this, I do that. You know, obviously speak to the manager, not the person who's washing the glasses, and say, look, Thursday nights, I noticed you haven't got anything on, or you know, whatever. Can I come and set my gear up, do a couple of hours for you? You can see what I'm all about, you know, and you know, if you like it, would you commit then to perhaps booking me, or you know, once a month or twice a month? You know, they might say no. You might get a feeling they're going to con you, but at the very least, look, if you go, you do your 2 hours for nothing. You've handed loads of cards out. The people behind the bar, you know, the manager's got your card. for future reference, and you can badger him later on. And you've had experience of working in that environment, and that was great. I've covered this again in a previous video. For me, that's how I learned. Before I done a wedding, before I done anything else, I was a regular, you know, twice a week in a pub, you know, doing radio mixes. Fab, absolutely brilliant experience. Confidence builds. You get to know about your music, and so that's what it's about. You've got to put some effort in at the beginning to reap the benefits later on. And we're always learning. Don't worry about that. We're always learning. You could teach me. Now, I'm not talking to Jonathan. I know Jonathan can teach me, but the 14-year-old guy, sorry I didn't get your name, could teach me loads about some of the music that you're into. So that's great. That's what this is all about. Anyway, don't be shy. Go in high. Practice and enjoy. I'm still drinking my tea, and this is the sub note, which I had a bit of a brainwave after I'd done this video, is if you're 14 and in the States, I gave advice about going into a bar and doing it. Well, so I don't know which part of the States you're in, but you know that's going to be nigh impossible if it's over 21 law. So you know you have to think about that. So let's have some options for you. The options are your high schools and all your schools. You know, you could pick up some really good experience from those, and actually they might quite like the fact that a 14-year-old, this is where advantages come in. The schools might like the idea that a 14-year-old is going to do the disco for them because of the obvious issues, which I don't want to go into because it's not very nice, but you can imagine what the issues are when you're doing kids schools. So what I would do then as a 14-year-old, get on your bike, literally, and go around the school, speak to the principal, speak to the head of drama, who's quite often the one who has to arrange the dances in the school. You know, phone them up, fax them, do whatever you can do to get in touch with them, and tell them that you specialise in school dances. Now look, you're going to know what a school dance is all about at 14. I hope you are anyway, probably more than I do. So there's your next port of call, experience. Now what I would do before you do that is ring all the DJs up locally, find out how much they charge. Now you're probably not going to get as much for a school dance, but you're getting experience, and that's what it's all about. And if you get enough of these gigs as well, you're going to get a bit more money. You can buy some more gear, so you're now experienced, you've got the gear, and by then you know you're going to be perhaps 15, 16, and you can move up the notch. But yeah, everything I said before, practice and enjoy. Don't be shy, go in high.